Welcome back. In this lesson, we will focus on one of the most practical skills in technical communication: storytelling. When we present technical topics, it is easy to rely only on data, diagrams, and terminology. Those are important, but they are not always enough. A good story gives the audience context. It helps them understand why the topic matters, what changed, what problem had to be solved, and what lesson they should remember. The goal is not to make the content less technical. The goal is to make complex ideas easier to understand, remember, and act on. Storytelling works because it gives technical information meaning. Data explains what happened. A story explains why it matters. For example, when explaining cloud infrastructure to a non-technical stakeholder, you could show a detailed architecture diagram and describe every component. But a stronger approach is to frame it as a journey. The company was struggling with scalability. The existing servers could not keep up. The team evaluated options, and the cloud solution improved reliability and reduced friction. The story does not replace the technical details. It gives those details a path the audience can follow. A practical technical story does not need to be dramatic. It just needs a clear structure. Use 5 simple parts. First, the hook. Why should the audience care? Second, the journey. How did we get here? Third, the conflict. What challenge appeared? Fourth, the resolution. How was it solved? Fifth, the takeaway. What should the audience remember? For example, in a database migration presentation, you might explain that testing revealed unexpected load issues. The team traced the issue to an outdated API and changed the traffic pattern before production cutover. The lesson is that technical testing is not just about validating scripts. It is about finding real-world failure points before the business is affected. When explaining complex concepts, a common mistake is starting too deep. We begin with architecture, formulas, code, or metrics before the audience understands the situation. A better approach is to walk the audience through the technical journey. Start with the environment and the goal. Then introduce the challenge. After that, explain the decision path, the trade-offs, and the final lesson. This is useful for DBAs, developers, engineers, architects, and cloud professionals, because technical work often has many dependencies. Storytelling helps explain not just what we did, but why each decision made sense. Here are 4 practical ways to use storytelling without making the presentation feel soft or unfocused. First, use real examples. Incidents, migrations, support issues, product rollouts, and architecture decisions often teach better than generic examples. Second, keep the story relevant. Every story should connect directly to the lesson you want the audience to remember. Third, tailor the story to the audience. Technical peers may want the method, failure mode, and trade-offs. Executives may need the risk, cost, and business impact. Fourth, support the story with visuals. A timeline, before and after diagram or process flow, can make the story easier to follow. Storytelling can backfire if it is not disciplined. One common mistake is letting the story run too long. The audience came to learn the technical concept, not to hear a long-side story. Another mistake is using an example that is too abstract or disconnected from the topic. The audience should quickly see the connection. Finally, do not let the story replace the technical explanation. In a strong technical presentation, the story creates the path, and the technical content delivers the proof. Let's bring this lesson together. Storytelling is not about making a technical presentation less technical. It is about making the technical message easier to follow. A clear story framework helps the audience understand the situation, the challenge, the decision process, the solution, and the lesson learned. Your action step is simple. Take one technical explanation you often give, such as a migration plan, performance issue, architecture decision, or demo workflow, and rewrite it as a short story using the 5-part framework. In the next lesson, we will build on this by looking at how to tailor your presentation for different audiences. If this video was helpful, I cover the full process in my Udemy course, Delivering Technical Presentations, a quick start guide for effective technical communication. In the course, you will learn how to plan your message, understand your audience, simplify complex technical content, design clearer slides, present data, handle technical demos, and manage questions with confidence. You can find the course link in the video description, along with any available promotions or discounted access. Thanks for watching, and I wish you much success in your next technical presentation.